Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I was just sorting through some of my cards that I've been planning on submitting to PSA for a while, so I figured I'd throw it on camera so you guys can take a look too. I have a stack of about 50 cards. Considering the cheapest option available at the moment is Express, I probably won't send them all at once. I think I'll most likely be geared towards sending the ones where it makes sense to spend, $150 grading fee, and the rest I'll save until that day when the regular returns. But anyway, we'll take a look at it. Starting off with the Volume 3 Magician of Faith. You can see here it's pretty not too off center left to right, but it noticeable enough, but it's not too bad. I think it would be at least a 9. Other than that, it has a little bit of silvering right there. Other than that, it's a really beautiful card. I love this version of Magician of Faith from Volume 3. Just being a super rare, I think it's really nice. Yet another Volume 3 card here, this being the first secret rare YuGiOh the Dragon Champion. If you saw my recent return video, I recently got a 9 back on my other copy. I had a couple other ones I decided to take a look at. This one, I was kind of confused as to why I didn't send this one as opposed to the other one. Off the top of my head, it's a little bit more OC top to bottom, but it's better left to right for sure from the copy that got a 9. And it has considerably less silvering on it, so kind of a little bit hopeful about this one, but I'm definitely not expecting a guaranteed 10 on it, but possibly another 9. Here we have Volume 5 Ultra Secret, or Ultra Parallel Black Skull Dragon, standard copyright version, not the Studio Dice. This one I've had in my binder probably for a few years now. Never thought about grading it. Centering is good enough, for sure. I think there's a little whitening where the name comes through on the back. I've said this before, but you can't really see it too well in the camera, but it's there. But we'll see how they handle it once they get it in their hands, And sorry about maybe these card savers might be obscuring the view. They're also pretty scratched up. So Volume 5 again here, Ultra Parallel Cheerful Coffin. So I got this in my most recent mail video. Everything on the card kind of checks all the boxes again, except for the whitening. You can see right here, or maybe you can't see it, but it's there. So we'll see again how that's handled. Again, from my more recent mail day is this Ultra Parallel Thousand Dragon. Now I already have this card at 10, but this is a very mint copy. It's just a bit off center left to right. So I am just setting it in, see what happens. I think it'll be at least a 9. I didn't actually go through and hand measure it see if it's 55-45 or 60-30, whatever the ratio is. Sometimes I'll do that if it's really on the edge, so I might do that with that and just double check. But it's really hard to tell with YuGiOh cards because the margins are already so thin that you're literally comparing fractions of a millimeter. So I imagine it's hard for even the graders to make a confident decision on those really borderline OC cards. But I digress. So again, recent mail day, I got a couple Volume 6 Solemn Judgments. This is one of them. I think this is the weaker of the two, due to some whitening right here. I don't know if it gets picked up on the camera or not, but other than that, the card is basically flawless. So I'm hoping for at least a 9 on this. Of course, I mean, all of these cards, I'm hoping for at least a 9, or else I probably wouldn't be submitting them. Next up, we have Left Leg from Volume 3 again. Let not sure what the damage is here. I think there might be a little, not even a scratch, just like a tiny mark somewhere on the foil. You definitely wouldn't be able to see it through the card saver. But other than that, it's pretty nice. Starter box Mountain, super rare. This card is in very good shape. A little off center on the back, but I think that's really the only flaw, as well as a little bit of, you know, silvering here and there, just little touches. But in my experience, that hasn't been enough alone to docker grade, but we'll see. And Metamorph from Sealed Memories, or the Japanese version of Forbidden Memories. This card has a considerable amount of silvering on it though, so that might be enough, but other than that, the card is pretty good. No wear or scratches on the foil there. Next up, we have a Volume 2 Swords of Revealing Light, ultra rare. This is basically the chase card of the set alongside Curse of Dragon in ultra rare. This is a notoriously difficult card to grade, partly because Volume 2 has some pretty bad centering control on their cards, as well as the fact that this whole art box is foil and it scratches pretty easily. It's pretty noticeable when it happens. I don't know if it's due to maybe the shade of the artwork or something. The scratches really stick out, but this one's pretty good. But again, I'm just crossing my fingers about it. Not sure if it'll get to 10 or not. Final Flame, again from Volume 2. Similar story as the Swords. This is slightly easier to grade, I've noticed, or easier to find copies without scratching on the foil. But this is pretty good overall. I can't really see any glaring defects on it. Now here we have a Dark Ceremonies edition, Fortress Whale, super rare. First print of Fortress Whale. This card, I think it has like a tiny scratch like up in the corner. I think it depends on whether or not the grader will notice it, or if it's like severe enough for them to dock it. Other than that, the card is basically pack fresh. So we'll see. Tokyo Dome, participation prize or promo, Magician of Black Chaos. What is wrong with this card? Not too sure. I got this a while. I actually don't remember when I got this. I've had this for a while. I mean, the centering and the edges are pretty good. I checked, there's no really surface dents or anything. Oh, by the way, I like cut the edges off my card savers sometimes because I have a case that I keep them all in and it doesn't fit like the full width of the card saver, so I just cut the edge off. But I also kind of feel good about it because I feel like it puts a little bit less stress on the card, so if there's something like stuck inside it, it won't get pressed into it and cause divots or something like that. I mean, it might be an issue with like dust control if you're not in like a controlled environment, but I keep them pretty sealed up pretty nice, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so we have a couple Volume 6 regular secret rare Thousand Dragons, both standard copyright. Both of them they're pretty similar in condition. They're both basically pack fresh cards. This one has a little bit of the name error right there. This one, however, does not. So I'm hoping at least this one gets a 10. It would be really nice to go along with my ultra parallel that I already graded. So there's those, and that other Volume 6 Solemn Judgment. This is the stronger of the two copies. I think there's also just like a little tiny white dot right there. I don't know if that's noticeable enough or if I'm extra paranoid, but you know, I try to be extra paranoid because, you know, grading's expensive these days. I don't want to, you know, just send in anything. I try to just secure my best cards for grading. Okay, so here's the head of Exodia from Premium Pack 1. This is basically pack fresh. Yeah, I don't see any again, any glaring flaws on this one. And then I have two Premium Pack 2 Blackluster Soldiers. I think they're both a little OC left to right. This one's, I think, a little bit worse. One of these I just pulled out of the pack myself a couple of weeks ago on video, if you watched that. But they're both pack fresh, so we'll see what happens. Premium Pack 1 Cosmo Queen here. I already have this in a 10. I actually have a lot of mint Cosmo Queens because I just love Cosmo Queen personally. I think this one's a little off center on the back. So, I mean, the standard ratio for 10 on the back is at least 25-75. I mean, just eyeballing it hits that, but it still doesn't look good. So it just makes me a little nervous. Okay, so this is from limited edition Joey pack, Yamadron Ultra Secret. These limited edition sets are extremely difficult to find undamaged. They're probably the worst perpetrators of name imprint in the back, and something about the foil, it's just always scratched when it comes out of the pack. But this is pretty good, very well centered. The foil's basically perfect for my inspection, and back centering's pretty good, no edge wear. So I have high hopes for this one. Volume 1 Trap Hole Super Rare. Yeah, I just recently got this in my most previous mail day as well. I mean, it looks pretty pack fresh. I think top to bottom's a little off on the centering, but you know. Okay, so next card up is Maiden of the Moonlight from Booster 4. Here's an example of one of those cards I might not be submitting right away just because, you know, it's just a common booster card, so it's not extremely valuable, despite the fact that it's kind of rare and would be nice in a PSA 10. I'm pretty confident that this would get a PSA 10 as well, but I just don't think it's worth sending at that $150 price tag. But we'll see. I'm not sure what the pop is on this. It might be a pop one if I send it in. If that's the case, I might do it, you know, just for fun. But yeah, beautiful card. Next is the Vishwar Randy from Booster 1. Same story as the Moonlight Maiden. This is, you know, definitely something I would like to grade and get the 10 on it, because I'm confident that it will, but I'm a little hesitant to send it in because, you know, I feel like the regular submission tier is right around the corner. Here is a super rare Judge Man, first print of Judge Man from EX Starter Box. This is a little off-center top to bottom, but it's pack fresh or box fresh, I guess you would call it. Yeah, pretty cool and super rare. I think we're gonna get into some Premium Pack 2 cards again here. So this is ultra rare Zero Ritual. I think I pulled this out of the pack in that recent pack opening video. I don't have it in 10, so I figure I might as well grade it. Super Roar Lion, 2 of them. I already have a 10 in this card, but these are also just pack fresh, well-centered copies. Like, they'll get the 10 if I send them in. So, I mean, these are just a few more cards that, you know, I might wait until we get to that reopening level from PSA. Here is an Ultra Parallel Mirror Force from Volume 7. Really nice Mirror Force card. Pretty mint. The name text kind of comes through in the back, I think. I'm just gonna double check that right now, actually. See if you can see it through the light. Yeah. See, it looks like an engraving or something almost in the back. But is that enough to say, like, that shouldn't get a 10? In my opinion, if I was really diligent, like, and I saw that, I'd probably give it a 9 if I was a grader, hypothetically, but I realistically could see this getting a 10 despite that effect on the back that it has. Here's a Volume 4 Elegant Egotist. A tiny bit off center left to right, but I don't think that's enough to dock it. And the rest of it's like a pack fresh card, so pretty cool. That's another Zero Ritual. A couple Blackluster Rituals. Again, just pack fresh that I pulled. They'll probably get the 10 if I send them in. And then we have a Ultra Parallel Moth Volume 6 again. This is like basically a perfect card, I thought when I saw it, so pretty confident about that one. I'm actually pretty confident about the rest of these cards, because something I do is I order my submissions so that the first card that the grader sees is basically the worst condition card in the submission. Now, this might just be superstition on my end or something, but I feel like you should stack your weaker cards in the front and let them decide like what the lowest grade baseline is going to be. Because say hypothetically you get like a PSA 8 worthy card, or your card that has the most edge wear or off center, things like that, and the grader gives it an 8. If the next card in line that they look at is in better condition, it has to at least be an 8 or higher, and then again and again and again, and you're kind of forcing them to raise their baseline with every card they look at until eventually they're kind of forced to say, well, the last card I gave was a 9, so I have to give this one a 9. The last one was a 10, so I have to give this one a 10 because it's objectively a better looking card. It's kind of a psychology play that I do. It may or may not work, I don't know, but it makes sense to me. And I mean, that all hinges on the notion that the cards you're submitting, you're accurately seeing every defect on them and things like that, and that the grader has a similar mindset when it comes to finding the damage and defects in the cards and stuff like that. But it's just something I do, kind of like a ritual thing. Thought I'd share that. Well, next card, again, you probably saw this in my recent premium pack video. Firewing Pegasus, super parallel, pack fresh, centering's good, so pretty confident. A couple more premium pack cards. Again, I don't remember this guy's name. I didn't even look it up after the last time I forgot it. And Dharma Cannon. And then we have a couple more booster cards, a couple more booster 1 cards, Water Element and Gate Deeg. These are basically mint, I couldn't find any issue with them, even on the centering, so it'd be pretty cool to get those in 10. And then lastly, I have a separate pile for some English cards. GBI, Slifer, and Obelisk, you know what's up with these. TFK, Metal Zoa. Actually, I think I made a submission video back in like March or April or something like that, and I already went through like some of these cards that I was going to submit, but just never did because obviously it was shut down. But Metal Zoa, Jump Promo Blue Eyes, the most common promo Blue Eyes probably in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty cool. And a OG LLB Unlimited Red Eyes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's OG just based on the spacing and things like that. I tried to make honest comparisons with the copies I've seen already graded. So that's it. Tell me what you think. I'll probably submit like, I don't know, maybe like 50% of these in the near future at Express. I'll have to pick and choose which ones I think are worth sending, and the rest, I might taper it off and send one once in a while, as long as regular's not open. But as soon as regular opens, or the regular submission tier, just send the rest, all of them. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one.